existence.
Which of those stories would be a good place to start?
Well, I can start with the mystery of the name of God. I mean, God's name. I'll give you one which people don't realize. At one point, the teacher is sharing the name of God, and it's the sacred name, and the disciple says, I never heard of it. Teacher says, you say it all the time. If I say I'm Jonathan, if you say I'm Jim, you're saying the name of God, because in order to speak about your name, you're saying I am Jonathan, I am Jim. God made it that you must say his name when you talk about yourself. You have to say the name of God. You have to put him first, no matter what. So even if you say, I am alone, you're not alone. You're saying, I am alone. He's with you. In other words, we exist only because he exists. So every time we speak about ourselves, we have to put him first to say that. And even if I say, I'm in sin today, well, the mystery of the cross, God is joining to us in our sin to become one with us so we could be one with him. So it's saying that one of the keys of application, we think that we're living for God, but we're not just supposed to live for God. We're to live from God, that every moment is from I am, that if I'm going to love, it's going to be from his loving. If I'm going to be, it's going to be from his being. So even if you never heard of God, God made it that you have to say his name, I am.
So Moses, before the burning bush, asks who it is, and he says, I am that I am.
Yeah. It's a name that even the scribes of Israel, if they wrote it in the scroll, they washed their hands because it was so holy to say that. People would not even say this name later on. But the name of God is I am. I mean, what more incredible name can you have than that? I am. You don't even need, I am God. I am, it's him. He is existence. But he's got to become the existence of our life.
Now, explain this to me. I had a very well-known Jewish psychologist who came to be on my program. And she had written a lot of things that included references to God. She made a mark where his name was.
Yes.
She wouldn't write his name.
Yes.
Why?
Because they consider it so sacred that Jewish people, observant Jewish people, that when they write God, even when they write G-O-D, which is not Hebrew, they'll put G-D. They will not write. And sometimes when you hear them speak in prayers, they'll say Hashem instead of God. Hashem means the name. So instead of saying the name, they'll say the name. So it became so sacred that, and now in the Bible, it's mentioned, people said the name. But by the time of Jesus and after, it became something that you can never say it. So sometimes they'll say Adonai, the Lord, instead of and the other thing is that it's a mystery because people don't even know how to pronounce it. It's YHVH. So is that Yahweh, Jehovah? That's how you get Jehovah. It's so mystical that nobody says it, and yet we say it every time we speak.
What does El mean in Hebrew?
El is God. It comes from a root word that means strength, and it may even be linked to the word for tree. This is like the tree, the source of everything. Yeah. So El. And the word Elohim is another mystery word. One in the book is the mystery of Elohim, because Elohim is a plural word. The very first sentence of the Bible breaks all the rules of Hebrew. It says, in the beginning, God created, but the word Elohim is not a singular word. It could be translated as gods, but there's only one God. But when that happens in the Hebrew, what it's saying is, when it puts a plural for God, it's saying that God is so awesome that one word cannot contain who he is. No matter who you think he is, he's greater. He's greater, he's greater. There's no end to who God is.